Here we're going to take a quick look today at playing with Zuken symbol properties. At PartBuilder, we just added the ability to really program the symbol properties for a Zuken symbol. So if we enable Zuken and we open the Edit Part Properties, we get this window. And this is the generic control that PartBuilder provides for properties. Looking at all the way the properties work in a Zuken symbol, and we can open one up and take a quick peek at it. There's symbol properties. We have symbol properties that are just symbol properties. Then we have symbol properties that are viewable, like this one. If we change the attribute, this shows us, okay, that one's part name, and we'll close that. This one here is the reference designator. Change attribute just to see it. So that's called reference. Okay. And then down here we have a custom one that we've added called symbol name. And that one is automatically added by PartBuilder, just so when you have 10 symbols, you know what each symbol's function is. So if I look at symbol 1, it's FPGA generic IO banks 1A. If I look at symbol 4, it's FPGA generic IO banks 3. If I look at symbol 8, it's FPGA generic IO banks 7. And if I look 10, it's the all power pins, okay, with power and ground. The other set of symbols is when we look at the component editor. Let me pop that up real quick. If we look at the part, so we have the part selected. And we can see, if we look at the log attributes, we can see we have the HS device vendor, HS device name, the operator name, the is PLD, the maker, parts class 1, 2, 3. So these are properties that get added to the PRT file. Okay, these are more connected to the part rather than the symbol. So there's properties that are connected to the symbol and properties that are connected to the part. So when we look at these, the LAF are connected to the symbol. And if you hover over this, you get a little bit of help that tells you what they are. And if you right click on that, you'll get a pop-up that shows you the value. And here we can say, okay, this is a comma separated list of user properties. So we're going to have a property is PLD component kind. Component kind, we're storing the default value of 101. We have HS device and HS vendor. So these are going to be user props, and what user props mean to me, or to us in LAF user props, is that we can set a value for them. Okay, so the auto props here, these also get added, but PartBuilder is going to create the value for that name. So part name, CDB name, component name, function, author date, all of these kind of Zuken specific keywords, PartBuilder will create the values for that. The user props you will create the value for in here. And then again, the CDF user props, you get to create maker, is PLD, high-speed device, part class 1, 2, 3. So you get to put a value in here. If we want to add another property to the CDF parts, let's call it comma my custom part prop, we'll call it my custom CDF prop, just so we know. And we'll apply changes. It'll rebuild the GUI. So now we have that, and we can add a value, custom prop val. Okay. The SimView props, this is a duplicate list. These are the ones that can be viewed in the symbol. So we set up a value for this one, this one, this one, and this one. Right now we have 4 of them. You can add as many as you want that are usable, that are viewable. And if they are viewable, then you get these special controls here that say where you want to anchor it to. So we were looking at this one, the CDB name, I want to anchor it to the top left. I want it offset from 0, and Y offset, I want it to be 4. So if we go look up here and zoom in a little bit, this is the offset, and it's 1. I think this is an older one. Let's look at Sim 2 when we ran it. No, that one's offset by Let's go here and get a fresh one. Okay, zoom in more. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So these 2 grids, that's the one of them. Okay, or for each 2 grids is 1 value here. So that would be 4. And then if we look at, slide over to the middle a little bit, if we look at the reference designator, cat enhance thing, so the reference is going to be, it's located top, which means top center, and the Y offset is 1 from the top center, so we put it, it's obvious if we go back and look at it, it's going to be located right off of that line, 1, 2 up. Okay, and we also control the justification of it. With that one is set to left lower. We could set it to the middle if we want, like centered. So the reference is left lower. We could do center lower, center upper, center middle. So we set up these values, and as a customer, you guys usually have the set of properties that you want for a part. So what ends up happening is before you ever start building the parts, we work together and we set up what we want for your properties. You save it to our site files, and from there, every time you load it, you're going to get this setup for you. So it'll automatically locate the viewable properties for you, and it'll locate them where you want them onto your symbol. These values you'll change per part while you're building it, right? So you're going to add the maker, you're going to change that per your value. When you change a value, you hit apply value changes. When you change a location, you hit this save prop locations. And what ends up happening is it saves it in this directory or in your site. For now, we'll save it in this directory, which is the local part directory. So here we're building it, and it's going to get stored in the Zuken Prop local control file. Okay, so that's what stores all of this stuff for a property, and it also stores for us it stores all of this as well when we say save prop and config changes. So this is the GUI, and then you run Symbol Builder, and it creates the Zuken files for you. And you can see it takes almost no time. If you want to change something, so if let's lie and say this is Xilinx, we would apply the value changes, and we'd run the quick symbol builder step one more time, which would update the values for us in the symbol. The next thing we do to get the symbol over, we've showed you this in another video, but to get the symbol over into the symbol editor, let's close the symbol editor for now. We're going to do a release symbols, and we're going to copy the Zuken symbol to the release directory. I'm going to copy it to this placeholder cat enhance 4. And it takes a little while to do the conversion, so it's taking what PartBuilder built, the ASCII files, and now it's converting them to SMB files into binary files for your use.